How many more times? My face is broken, even if it goes away on its own. Yes, it's self-healing. But if you apply the medicine, it'll heal faster. Stand still for a moment. Don't tell me to tear off your shirt and apply it layer by layer. Kim's class came to him. Kim sang esoteric medicine of the way. You can't buy it with money. You should be grateful to me. Every time you open your mouth, you don't like this kind of stuff. That's it. That's it. I often use the resources of the road. Not liking is one thing, but using resources is another matter. Don't tell your face there's a sudden flash of bitterness. More than that, we didn't know before. But now we seem to know. Why is my family so determined? If we don't have power, we have nothing. If it's a little bit stronger, then everyone, I didn't have to flee from Sichuan like that. And the people of my family. You don't have to die that much. I've been thinking like this lately, brother. If you don't ignore every word of those in the family, if you believe them and push them, maybe you will. The subject is stronger. That way there will be more survivors. Even if it's just one person. Stop saying nonsense. If you believe in your own strength, blindly, to confront them, perhaps your brother's family has been destroyed. Subject. Don T. Be silent for a moment and then say, "You're right." He nodded with a sour expression. That's why I thought, if this war is over, I will help the young master. He is known as the Grand Master, but I've never helped them properly. It's ironic, they call it immorality. That word must be used for you. What? It's nothing, real weather. Why is the weather so cloudy? Sighing in disbelief is not wrong. In fact, if we were to delineate things the master cannot do for the master, he is no different. Say how much. He only gave the master the name of the sword. He did not teach his disciples. It doesn't help the next generation. He lives his life and does what he wants. If this war is over, maybe it will be different then. But you have to promise me something. If I die in this war, then just keep a close eye on the kids. Help me. You're talking nonsense. Whether we're obsessive or something, my chances of survival are lower than yours. So please listen to my will. Take care of the kids for me. Stop babbling. Let's talk, or I'll give you a shot now. Don't be like that. I'll give you a poison ivy. Yes, I am. Do you believe it? Don't. It's not difficult. Why are you doing so much? Don T. Push your work to others. Do it yourself. Survive and do it yourself. Death is over. Why do you have to think so much? Maybe it's because you're a priest. I don't care about the mundane. That's why I think so. If you die like everyone else, you have to live. It's like that. It's always in my head, and it doesn't go away. Don T. Push your work to others. Do it yourself. He sighed and turned around to turn around. We will end this battle. My own hand will cut off the head of that heavenly ghost. So I have to live like a leech. Let your own eyes see us doing it. Yes, don't tell. Laughing softly and silently walking to the side of Than Min. I saw him walk next to me. They are also unconsciously walking along. But you promised me to shut up. Haha, I believe you can do it, and then. A month later, not less than a month later. Don't say you were killed. He opened his eyes and was covered in bandages. When trying to sit up, he felt a sharp pain in his stomach. Let's see, I'm not dead yet. That's right. That's how much you can die. In the battle with the ghost before Kier, I was hit by a dagger, but still living that wrinkled teeth. But where is this? The soldier turned his head and suddenly squinted his eyes. In front of him, it's a picture of Hoa Sun's disciples lying there. White Thien Lu, Le Twyat. My brother and sister are dead on the ground. Turns out they're sleeping like dead. Look at the brothers. My master then laughed. Without me, you are like that. I lie on the ground and sleep well. Who makes us feel compassion? These little boy names. Just in time to go to get a wake-up call. A small voice at the door spoke. Let them sleep. They've been awake for 3 days and 3 nights. Since when did the music show up at the door? You're awake. How do you feel? I was surprised to hear that and asked again. Stay awake for 3 days. Yes, I advised them to rest. But they point their swords at us and growl against us. I'm afraid they will happen. So let them sleep. Then you have to take them somewhere else. Sleep for comfort. Or if you move them. If we're going to wake them up, what do we do? It seems like your brothers are very attached to each other. If our children are like that, I didn't have to worry so much. I'm jealous of you. What the hell are you jealous of? He turned his head to look at his brothers. You don't have to take care of yourself. Why are all for awake at the same time? You're an ineffable bunch of idiots. But it also gives us an emotion. It's hard to describe in words. Passing Tim. At the same time, the music court also raised the voice of Hoa Sun, God Dragon. I have to apologize to you. The soldier tilted his head incomprehensible. This is all due to our negligence. I did not expect the road to be so cruel. I know no matter what I say, you can't forgive me either. So we'll try to do what we can, so that you can dispel this anger. First, we admit, the result of this battle is my 7 humiliating defeats. And as promised, minor director Than Min of Hoa Sun, you will forever be a guest, as well as being a friend of the Sichuan way. Oh, Than Min just heard and exclaimed. And if you want, I will cut off the head of the way to sin against you. I didn't teach my children well, so I'll do everything I can to make amends. To be able to restore honor, he was thrown to the ground. It's like making a vow. But his inner self is a little different compared to what he said. So we've come this far. You only have one way to agree. But Than Min built distortion. He crossed his head with his lips in a nasty voice. Is that all? Ha rode military music. Not having time to say anything, Min continued, and his voice is even more piercing. Oh my God, stabbing people in the stomach like that, what did he say? Dear, do you think I am too easy? Even if the kids are wrong, parents are responsible. Where is the type? Put all the responsibility on your child. Don't forget the music is silenced. Holy Spirit. The old man looked down and saw the road like that. The way of heaven and earth. This is the name of the world. I threw it all away for dogs. You can't stand up. You can't let that happen. We have to run to Chengdu. How did the road handle this immediately? Just tell the beggars. Is within 3 days. This will spread all over the world. Don't let the music sweat you. Calm down first. But the voice of the Min still boomed, oh no fear. If you are in the news, your head will leave your neck. The human, while billions of martial arts can sneak people in. It's also possible to do that. The line of music is angered but unconsciously close. Small voice. Then I killed him a long time ago. What did you say? No, nothing. We're just being nonchalant. In short, what do you want from the dragon god? He didn't know but asked. Of course, I have to compensate. That compensation. If he stabbed someone and said, I'm sorry, is that we can solve everything. What do you need from the government? Well, of course, I have to compensate. How do you want me to compensate you? I'll think about it carefully. How to make sure it's not good for both sides. Than Min rolled her eyes. And first of all, it's because this body is so weak. Give me a poison crystal. Military music startled. The poison of heaven. But we only have a few left. So I want to taste it. You see the music like that. She smiled and thought. The road, you don't have to worry. I will take care of you. I asked if this is care. If it's too warm, come back to life. Move the scene back to the music room. He warmed up and banged his ass on the table. The name of those 3 battles. It is so precious that it. The road even witnessed a screen also sweating master. After a moment, the road music calmed down and clear your voice. Your father will be removed from his position. Why don't you sweat? Pay me if you are a dragon. Do you want to shake hands with a bow? Will the road be the master? I have no doubt about the power of the dragon god. But about the current situation of Hoa-san, there's not a little bit of danger. Baby, think carefully. If he comes from somewhere, full of power and money, does he need to be friends with us? Or not? So we're going to take advantage of them. They now need our help. It's a good alliance for both sides. Master's position is vacant. You will have to compete with your brother. I'll do my best. I will give you a mission. Someone of the way. You have to build a close relationship with the dragon flower. As far as we can see, the dragon god is generous to his people. If I could be his man, it's easy to ignore what's called a contract and achieve more than that. The road answers the way of the army music subject. I really don't care about the position of Kier's boss. However, if this helps our path, then, of course, I'll do my best. There was a good smile on the road. Don't show a steady eye. This time we will succeed. Just take the heart of the dragon flower. Then we can bring great benefit to the family. But life is never like a dream. The sound of your voice, what are you thinking? Why did the fan stop? Ah, yeah. I'm really sorry. Don't give me back my hand. The fan in his hand. Start creating each cool breeze. Min Than continued to lie mango on the chair and drank. The fan of the road is so cool. Don't sweat. It seems that what we want is to be friends. But like this, it's not like being a runner. I look at Min just eating and drinking. The white sky group sitting next to him also scolded. Look at him to see if he's really injured. When the soldiers heard that, they pretended. I can take it too. Just sit up where it hurts. I have to lie like this until I get better. White Sky helplessly shook his head and said, whatever it is, it has to grow up. Of course, to wait until that day seems a little bit potato. White Sky sighed. That's it. I was so scared before that I dropped my heart out. Regardless of the brother's incapacity, I still eat and drink. Don't you know? To eat and rest comfortably. It's a courtesy to people. So everyone feel free, don't be shy. At the same time, the music hall opened and slowly entered. I don't know if there is anything missing from the reception. The light of day. It's all thanks to him. Sichuan food is delicious. Even if it's a little bit spicy. Yes, when you get used to it, it will feel like there is no better taste. That is right, so I'll eat until I get used to it. Looking at Than Min comfortably beat a cup. The music industry can't help but open its eyes. First time, I see people who are willing to eat their own food. Without the slightest doubt like this kid. You have to know that the main route is famous for its poison. So the visitors come. They are often concerned about food and alcohol, the way the subject receives. It seems like the dragon god is very confident. So lucky. It was fun, but seeing the food, like the stream of the Ming, it also made him unconsciously angry. Small talk tone ring with Bok Thien. The owner is happy or angry. The depressed white man replied, it's not both. What happened when you came? Sit down and eat with us. Oh no. Don't play music like you're wondering what to do. The thing is, after a moment's hesitation, he replied, nothing. I'm just stopping by for a moment. Right at that moment, the back door knocked and closed. There's something sticking out behind the door that's opening. It makes people wonder. A human head. The musical line's face suddenly became distorted. He stared at the light. With my ghost face. It's time to ask. Why did his attitude suddenly change? The line of music clenched its fists and raised its voice. I want to introduce you to everyone. Because we're all young people together. You can make friends. The music was silent for a moment. It's like you're about to make a big decision. Then slowly turn your eyes back. Come on in. At that moment, the door opened and a shadow appeared. Hoa disciples painted their eyes full of attraction. Everyone's first look. It's a very beautiful outfit. But then all the eyes. It's all on the face of the person who's moving. That outfit, even Than Min. The musician closed his eyes and spoke in a sad voice. This is my daughter. Hope that people can quickly make friends with each other. While the whole group of Ming Ming is still not surprised. She was fresh. Laugh with your voice. Peeing girl sugar, anal peeing. Please see the Hoa Sun Grand Master. The beautiful beauty tilted the water. Nothing to lose to snow. With a bright smile on her face. It's not fake. Who can hate a girl? With a smile like that. Not long after, the dogs returned to the room. Oh my God, that hungry leech. I thought I was just saying one. Just 2 sentences. Who would have thought that leech would follow me? Even for a second like that. When eating in the hall, sit close to one side. Pick up food for. When drinking alcohol, she immediately poured me a drink. Keep this momentum. Maybe she's going to follow me to the bathroom. White Sky raised her voice. Then you can run back to your room. Why did you come to my room to hide? Shi Sheng Hero. I was so scared that this was it. I can't believe the king of music. To launch such a dangerous attack. She's a single girl. She's a single girl. But I think this woman is a woman with a new poison. Yes, yes. Smiling, alas, you are not wrong. The light continues to rise, with the whole marriage thing being SAO. What the hell is kissing? I am the priest he kept talking about. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm not that crazy either. Not to be with the king's daughter. White nature serene. That's it. Not proof. The road is sympathetic to us, or SAO. He must be so pleased with you that he did so. Satisfied Asian girl. I see he is a master. The trap is different. In the end, that's why. I can't dream of going out now. Rue forever in the sand. Urine is still looking for him. Why don't you see him out? Don't. I didn't see her face, I just sighed. Billions and trillions don't see themselves as having to cut back on SAO. What are you holding still for me? Don't pee. He kept muttering in his mouth, looking unsatisfied. It's weird that he's avoiding me like this. It's an absurd thing. Why? Because I am beautiful. Face contorted line. This statement is not wrong, so it cannot be refuted. Because he is a priest, he has no eyes. Or stay forever in the forest. I don't know what beauty is. Why are you hiding from me? Billions to see. Maybe it's because he doesn't care about women. There are such men in this world. Don't spill the aesthetic sweat. But it's strange. That's why he's hiding from marriage. Why is he so excited this time? He asked me if I like the Dragon Ball. Yes, sister. I met him for the first time yesterday. What to know about him? I know if I like it or not. We don't have generous magic to see into the hearts of others. So SAO billion is so positive. Don't pee. Don't look at me with a slightly angry face. Then suddenly sighed. We missed the opportunity. This time I think we'll get one. My father loves me too much, but he's a subject. Between us and the road, he'll think about the route first. Some time to come, when our marriage can no longer be delayed. My father can only marry me to a house. Fit? If so, what right do we have to be brides? In Sichuan, what else? If we marry those houses, we'll die of asphyxiation. Or know how to do. I have to think that's my destiny. Then accept, because once you're born, you're the daughter of a master. It's inevitable. I don't like living in the mountains. But even if it is, he is recognized by his father. They are the first generation of the next generation. What else? By the way, the body. You want to get a name. She is the daughter of the first man. Are you crazy? What's the use of those things? We are not the first people in the world. Once you become the first man in the world, we'll not go home, because I have to practice a lot. Not to mention busy. I can't even want to go home. Then I'll wither alone like a flower. That sounds like a bad marriage. Why do billions still want to? Or a good object like this? The glade of silence who looks at the urine. Oh good. Compared to a life that's interfered with. One by one. Life is 100 times better. If you have power in the house, not just drinking water. You also have to keep the ceremony to live like that. An object into a body, it can help us live a comfortable life. Don't worry about other people's eyes. This isn't the second time. Absolutely not. If we die, we have to catch that person. Urinary tract eyes light up the spark. Father will object. But my father didn't live my life. It's not that. Don't look at her. So the billionaire has a plan. But the dragon god is not easy. Everything will not be according to your will. Why are you alone thinking so wrong? I have no intention of moving him. It's not called impossible. He is recognized by his father. How do we turn someone like that around? I have to respect and care for him. So what about emotionally? Love is nothing big. Live through the day together. Friendship is born. It will become love. The road is empty of thoughts, a real too terrible person. In short, there's no better termite for me than this one. If you look closely, his face is very cute. Although I am very unhappy about him. It's like looking at rocks on the side of the road. But time goes by. People's minds will change. I just looked at a billion people. Filled with my will. I took a long breath thinking. See, that guy is really determined. But I don't want to blame anything. Because we know the future that the girls of the road to go through. The girls of the road, not recognized as a member of the class. They can't learn the martial arts secret. You can't learn the basic martial arts. What they were taught. It's just some airbending, transferred from one life to another for women. Because she is the daughter of the subject. I can only live forever. Inside the gate. You can't look at the outside world. It's like a flower planted in a pot. And at the right time, she must marry. It's like being sold into another house. People who are married like that ask, how to be happy? Pay this. Yes, billions. We must be happy at all costs. And the first key to happiness. It's over there. No matter what tricks we have to use. I must also marry that priest. So please help me. I will also help you in return. Yearn, I believe in you. The little dead of the first world. Don't smile and sigh and nod your head. I'll help you move on soon. The voice of the urinary tract seeking Ming Ming. Missing half. Min lacking round. She turned her eyes to search. Strangely, he's not in the room. So where did you end up running? In the meantime, the soldiers were afraid to hide on the roof. I dare not make any noise to think. No, we can't win. You really can't beat that person. My wound still hurt. This is just a small wound. When you're dealing with a subject. Or we're really weak. By the sudden blow of the SAO road. You can't use this excuse to justify it. On the evil battlefield, then cowardly tricks are commonplace. Spying is also a technique. If he himself is stronger, will not be harmed by any sneak attack. And then he took out 2 handfuls, 2 crochet pills. One is mixed knitting. 2 is the poison Dan plundered from the road. Is that okay? It's too dangerous, but as long as it goes well, according to my thinking, then internal problems can be solved in a short time. Even if it's not like in the past. But the shortage of internal workers, the power cannot be used as much as today. It won't happen again. Let your body fully recover. Then calculate. Right then, he was startled to see that the urinal had discovered, but quickly came to call the Min Min lacking half. You 2 run all the way. Can we talk for a minute? Where are you going missing? Miss, please stop. We're going to buy lollipops for lunch. He ran without even turning his head. Don't take the candy or me. I told you to stop. The boy's name didn't even stop. That's the place. He quickly ran into a store in front of him, then closed the door. He pressed his ear against the gate. Listen to the noise outside. The urinary tract then also stops outside. He said, why did he run in there? He worshipped the government. Of course, she can't just come in here. Then he went deep into the sand. He opened the door to a room inside. In it, the line of music. It also seems to be waiting to raise its voice. The mayor is here. Is it all ready? He quickly moved to the opposite seat. Road Army music. After tea, he invited the mayor. This tea has a very good purifying effect on the body. She made eye contact with him for a moment. I quickly picked up the cup of tea and drank it all. You said in an uneasy voice, he's going to marry a girl to a real shaman. I still know that a drop of blood is better than a pond of water. But this is not so obvious, or sao. On the forehead of the line, there's a blood vein. What is ready? The soldier tilted his head when he saw that reaction. That's not the goal of the master. If my eyes are blind, I will marry my daughter. Well, the kid at SAO is like that. How do we know? Military road music clenched thigh. I remember urinating not long ago. You'll know what to do. Father, you just need to introduce me. Just introduce you. Don't you want to marry the old man behind the house? You just need to close your eyes. He glanced at the silent Ming. How can we get the name material passion? Like this guy being a son-in-law. He didn't directly introduce Shao or Sao. Don't you dream. She asked me to do that. He stared at the music hall with a face that has nothing to say. That sounds like he's in a bad mood. I can't do Sao. But the military is cold. The captain is a genius fighter. Of course. But the mayor doesn't seem to be a good person. You're sweating. This old man is really smart. The music continues to pour tea. As a father, of course, I want to marry my daughter to a good man, not a strong fighter. I am the master of the way, and I really want to stop this at all costs. Looks like we're both tired, right? Fan Min thought, this person is really interesting. A real person. You can even sacrifice your whole family for your own sake. But he's still a very emotional person. It's totally different from that kid. Yeah, that's right. He's the master of the arts. Who takes the position? Carry heavy responsibilities. It cannot be as free as the road says. Don't just rely on natural talent. They can hold the title. Elders in the way. As usual, if he is expelled from the family. It's no wonder. The music continues. I believe you and the mountain. They will be my friends in the future. I also want permission to get to the main point. Are you ready? Laughing softly, of course, it's over. I understand what the chief wants in the street. Not true. You want to make an alliance with the paint. That's right, more precisely. I want to ally with the chief, not